What's going on, guys? It's your name, back again with another video. Today we're doing something a little different. We're not giving away thousands of dollars, but we are diving deep into the world of art. Did you know some of the world's most famous paintings hide secret messages? Like what? These artists were sneaky, man. We're talking about hidden symbols, secret codes, and even anatomical drawings you wouldn't believe. Get ready to have your minds blown because we're about to uncover the most shocking hidden messages in art history. This is the kind of stuff they don't teach you in school. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. All right, first up, we've got Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper. And let me tell you, this one is wild. I'm talking about a hidden musical score. You heard me right, music. Apparently, if you look closely at the bread rolls on the table, they form a musical notation. No way, right? I know it sounds crazy, but people have actually transcribed it, and it's said to sound like a short hymn. Da Vinci was a man of many talents, but who knew he was hiding secret melodies in his paintings? Imagine being the guy who figured that out. That's a whole other level of art appreciation right there. Seriously, how cool is that? It's like a hidden track on a CD, but instead of a CD, it's one of the most famous paintings of all time. Da Vinci, you sly dog. You really knew how to keep things interesting. Next up, we're sticking with Da Vinci and heading straight for that enigmatic smile. That's right, it's the Mona Lisa, and this time we're talking about her eyes. You know how people say the eyes are the windows to the soul? Well, in the Mona Lisa's case, they might be windows to a secret message. Some researchers believe they found tiny letters and numbers painted into her eyes. We're talking microscopic stuff here, people. Like you'd need a magnifying glass the size of a watermelon to see it. But if you could zoom in, they say you'd find the letters LV in one eye and possibly the letter S in the other. Now, nobody knows for sure what it means, but some think the LV could stand for Leonardo da Vinci himself. As for the S, your guess is as good as mine. Leave a comment down below if you have any theories about those hidden letters. Okay, moving on to another masterpiece. This time we're checking out Michelangelo's The Creation of Adam on the Sistine Chapel ceiling. Now this painting is already epic, but it's hiding something even more mind-blowing. Get this, the shape surrounding God and his angels looks a lot like a human brain. I'm not kidding. The contours, the lines, it all matches up scarily well with anatomical drawings of the human brain. Some experts believe Michelangelo, who was no stranger to dissecting corpses, might have been making a statement about the power of the human mind, or maybe he was just flexing his anatomy skills. Either way, it's pretty incredible. Imagine spending years painting on a ceiling, painstakingly recreating the image of a human brain without anyone even noticing for centuries. Michelangelo was a genius, plain and simple. Chapter 4, the Arnolfini Portrait, a reflection of genius. Let's jump over to 15th century Flanders and take a look at Jan van Eyck's The Arnolfini Portrait. Now, this painting is famous for its incredible detail, but there's one detail that's easy to miss, a tiny self-portrait. Look closely at the mirror on the back wall. See that tiny figure reflected in it? That's believed to be Jan van Eyck himself. He even signed his name above the mirror just to be extra meta. It's like he's saying, hey, I'm right here, watching you watch this painting. It's a subtle but brilliant way of inserting himself into the scene and reminding us who the true master is. Talk about leaving your mark on history. This guy was thinking way ahead of his time. I bet he'd be a huge YouTuber if he were alive today. Chapter 5. The Ambassadors, hiding in plain sight. Alright, buckle up because this next one is a little creepy. We're talking about Hans Holbein, the Younger's The Ambassadors, and this painting has a hidden skull that's hard to unsee once you spot it. Take a look at the bottom center of the painting. See that weird stretched out shape? Yeah, that's a skull. It's called an anamorphic skull, meaning it's been distorted so you can only see it from a specific angle. The skull is meant to be a reminder of mortality, like a memento mori, a reminder that we're all going to die someday. Cheery stuff, right? But hey, it was the 16th century. People had a different relationship with death back then. Still, it's pretty freaky how Holbein just casually hid a skull in this otherwise opulent portrait. It makes you wonder what else might be lurking in the shadows of other famous paintings. Chapter 6. the Sistine Chapel ceiling, more than just biblical scenes. Back to the Sistine Chapel we go. This time we're looking at the entire ceiling, and I'm not talking about the obvious stuff like the creation of Adam or the Last Judgment. We're talking about the background, the seemingly random clouds and shapes that fill the space between the main panels. Some people believe Michelangelo hid secret figures and symbols within these seemingly abstract forms. There are theories about hidden images of the female anatomy, references to ancient mythology, and even political commentary. Now, it's hard to say for sure what's real and what's just people seeing things, but when you consider Michelangelo's personality, he was known for being a bit of a rebel. It's not that far-fetched to think he might have snuck in some hidden messages. He was painting for the Pope, after all. Maybe he wanted to leave his own little mark on this monumental project. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Time to unravel the mysteries of Rembrandt's The Night Watch. Now, this painting is already a masterpiece of composition and storytelling, but it's also packed with hidden symbols and meanings that have intrigued art historians for centuries. For example, take a look at the chicken on the little girl's belt. Seems like a random detail, right? Well, in Dutch culture at the time, chickens were often associated with the militia company that commissioned this painting. Coincidence? I think not. Then there's the hand gesture of the central figure, Captain Franz Banning-Kock. See how his outstretched hand seems to be casting a shadow on the figure to his left. Some believe this symbolizes the conflict and tension within the militia company at the time. Rembrandt was a master of symbolism, and the Night Watch is like a giant puzzle box of hidden meanings. Who knows what other secrets we might uncover with a little more digging? Okay, get ready for this one because it's truly bizarre. We're diving into Hieronymus Bosch's The Garden of Earthly Delights, and this painting is just straight up weird. But amidst all the strange creatures and surreal imagery, there's a hidden musical score on someone's butt. You read that right? If you look closely at one of the figures in the Hell panel, you'll see musical notes tattooed on their backside. And people have actually transcribed this butt music, and it's as bizarre as you might imagine. Now, nobody knows for sure what this musical score means or why Bosch decided to put it on someone's butt. But it's just another example of how artists throughout history have used hidden messages and symbols to add layers of meaning to their work. Leave a comment down below telling us what you think this butt music sounds like. I'm genuinely curious. Let's get surreal with Salvador Dali's The Persistence of Memory. This iconic painting is famous for its melting clocks, but did you know there's a hidden self-portrait in there too? Look closely at the orange clock draped over the tree branch. See that long eyelash-like shape? That, my friends, is believed to be Dali's own eyelashes, forming a kind of abstract self-portrait within the melting clock. It's a subtle but brilliant way for Dali to insert himself into his own surreal landscape. It's like he's saying, even in the face of melting time and distorted reality, I, Salvador Dali, am still here, watching you watch this painting. Leave it to Dali to take the idea of a self-portrait to a whole other level. Finally, we've reached our last stop on this journey into the hidden world of famous paintings. And what better way to end than with Vincent van Gogh's The Starry Night? This painting is already a masterpiece of expressionism, but some believe there's more to those swirling brushstrokes than meets the eye. Some experts have analyzed the patterns in the sky and believe they might correspond to real astronomical events or even mathematical formulas. Others see hidden messages in the placement of the stars, the cypress tree, and even the small town nestled below the swirling sky. Was Van Gogh trying to tell us something about the universe, about life, about himself? We may never know for sure, but that's part of what makes The Starry Night so endlessly fascinating. It's a canvas onto which we can project our own thoughts, feelings, and interpretations. What do you see when you look at The Starry Night? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground today. From hidden musical scores to secret skulls to self-portraits in melting clocks. These famous paintings have proven that there's often more than meets the eye when it comes to art. Thanks for joining me on this wild ride through art history. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel for more awesome content, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Most importantly, let me know in the comments which hidden message surprised you the most. Until next time, peace out.